I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh goodness, Smiley, is your mic live?
I believe it is.
Awesome, I hit the right button. Yes, I did it.
Oh,
I did
success.
it. I get to sit at the head table. Let me turn this somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, that's fine. Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. I am your host, Chris Burnett. This show is sponsored by the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. I like how you didn't believe me. You're like,
I know.
It really is? Like, it really
I was
is?
like, really? Nice.
They just give it to us. Just give it to us all the time.
I have that talented skill for getting us.
Why is your thing on?
What is that
hold
pointed
on.
at?
Never mind. There we go.
Oh,
There we
wow.
go. You're alive.
What's that fourth one pointed at?
It's down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Because that's the mic. That's the one you get to use if there's another guest here. So I have so many cameras. That's how it goes. Yeah.
It's great. It's a studio.
Yeah.
Someone didn't realize that we have a studio.
No, I mean, I knew you did, but also I didn't.
Yeah. We have a third person in the studio with us, and from the downtown scene, we have DJ Ren in the house.
That's me.
at DJ Ren Moonside on Insta, right?
That's right.
Man, I've off and on known you for a couple of years now. Not long though.
Yeah, no, I feel like we've been orbiting each other for a few years.
Yeah.
And then we just knew of each other
Yeah.
before it developed into actually friendship.
I feel like with the downtown scene, if you're down there enough, like we all just kind of collide and you know, we're like this weird community. And sometimes, you know, you collide and people get along and we'll like hit each other up and go to happy hour or whatever. Sometimes you collide and you're like, oh, no,
You collide, literally.
don't like that person whatsoever. Yeah.
That dude just ran into me.
Yeah.
I am not a fan.
Yeah. It's one of those where there's no point of origin for the original collision. It was just, oh, he was always here and she was always here, and then
You finally
started talking.
you'll finally
Yeah.
get introduced to somebody. I mean, like there's Bueno.
Yeah.
There's like what's his name from oh god. Oh, did you take the shot of Malort?
No, that was
Oh, we're right. Whoa.
that
I
was
was like,
Screwball.
whoa. I was like, you're just gonna just pow it down real quick.
No, it was the screwball, and it's a little.
Yeah.
No, you took the yummy one, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Malort not yummy?
Yeah.
It's an acquired
I don't
taste.
know.
It's an
I don't know.
acquired
To some people, they love it.
All right.
There
then
is literally some people that love it.
you have like
All right.
Steve Island, all those cats. You know,
Oh yeah, Steve Island's one of them. Yeah.
Little
Hey,
Bobby Tucker, who
Tucker.
likes to go in the comments of things.
nice.
Yeah, but so you haven't done Malort before. Let's get this out.
Let's do the Malort.
What are you expecting here? You never heard anything about this?
No, I never have, and the bottle looks somewhere between.
That's my
Old
tattoo right here.
Spain. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Between like Old Spain and
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm interested. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put it on you. So,
It's Jepson's Malort.
yeah, it's from Chicago. So all right. So here's let's here's to a long life and
Cheers.
and the scene being fertile. So
Yes, fertile,
Yeah.
vibrant Malort. Here we go.
interesting. Okay.
It kind of reminds me of like chartreuse or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's got an herby. I guess Smiley hates it.
He does.
Oh, his face.
He really.
It
hates
has a bit of a bitter or grapefruit rind
See,
aftertaste.
I never felt that, and then people started bringing it up, and now I taste it.
But I actually like it.
Well, see?
I like bitter, so
Yeah, I like this.
bitter and salty.
I like the devil's brew.
Yeah, I can. Oh, he hates it so much. His face has frozen in time.
So it's one of those things where there's like reaction videos on
Yeah, of
YouTube.
people takes it, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
to me it tastes like it has
Yeah.
somewhere like with a Jaeger sort of like that sort of mixed herbal.
It's it's made out of wormwood, which is what they make
okay, absinthe.
absinthe out of, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It does have a woody flavor. Are
Yeah.
you going to come back to us?
It tastes like bile.
It tastes like bile. It tastes like wood and like you've been chewing on oak all day and then thrown up.
Yeah.
No, it tastes like. Have you ever played Baby Bird?
No.
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 It's where you take a shot and you pass it from mouth to mouth until someone throws up.
That's gross.
That's how you get mono.
And then someone throws up in your mouth, and that's what it tastes like.
Jesus. I mean, I can see where you're going with this. It's a poetic description. However, I think it tastes more like bitter chartreuse because it has an herby French meat Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if
you love this. This is.
I don't love it. I don't hate it either. So I love the idea.
I'd go more of the Campari if we're going to do bartender
Like
sides.
Campari, yeah.
It's this thing where it's like this. It's just like I like the I don't know. The thing behind it, like there's this like brotherhood, sisterhood of people that are like, oh, you've had Malort, and like I love that it was this alcohol that that they started making in the early 1900s. They were able to make it during Prohibition because they said it was medicinal because it kills worms in your stomach.
I could absolutely see that. Yeah,
and
that's why it made me think of Jaeger. I think.
And so,
but Jaeger tastes delicious.
Well, I agree on that. Yeah. I like Jaeger.
Yeah, we are actually a Jaeger show. We stopped keeping it around because we like the Jaeger too much.
Too much, yeah.
Just keep that away.
I have some. I just
he kept away from me because I like Jaeger too much.
Yeah.
Well, so my favorite story of you is when we were at Candace's party and you had that plastic water bottle, and you told me it was full of vodka, and I said, no, it's not.
Oh, my actor bottle.
You remember that? And you said, yeah, it is. It's what we do on set. And I was like, oh, come on. You're just fooling. And you're an actor. So then you took a swig and you did this. And I thought, oh, man, he is a good actor. And then you turned and you went and barfed because it really was vodka.
Oh, yeah. That was, I remember that. I took a huge swig.
Swig.
It was that's not how you drink vodka.
No.
The best is like, Billy Belmont, right?
Yeah, of course.
So he's with us. And I mean, he was pretty drunk, I think, at the time. And, he did something where he ate something and he was like, no. Nah. He grabbed his water bottle and took a swig. And it was, he took a water swig and he was like, oh, god damn. Like, because it was fucking vodka. Because that's what he does.
I remember that.
Yeah, now I know for real.
I totally remember that. That was at your friend's house in, Rut? No. It's, Clovis.
Clovis. Yeah. It wasn't Clovis, right?
And he was like, oh, we're about to go out to the bar. And I'm like, hold on, let me just. And he's like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, you just took a shot, brother.
You took a shot of Smiley water.
No, I don't think it was a shot. I think it was a big swig.
But you took a swig of Smiley water.
He did the same thing that I did. Way too, that is not a shot.
Right.
That's I'm going to down this water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, this is a Clint Eastwood wandering in the desert and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I am about to die. And yeah.
And it took him that long to figure out that he downed 5 or 6 shots.
So if the Malort is like a thing when it becomes a brotherhood, does that mean I just got inducted?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, so there's going to be people that'll bring it up, and you'll be like, I've had that. And
I can tell you about my experience.
Margarita from Gilead Rises is a big Malort fan.
Is she? Oh, cool.
She usually has it out in the on the park. Yeah. Out in the parking lot.
I mean, unofficially, of course.
I'm not saying where. I'm not saying what parking lot.
It's medicinal. It doesn't count.
Medicinal doesn't count. Yeah.
So so the weird thing about let's talk about the scene a little bit.
Sure.
So when we're talking about the Albuquerque scene, there's music, there's comedy, and you and I fit in this weird way. Like you're a DJ, you spin. Like a lot of times you spin. Like you probably started out this way where bands would have the switch over at a show, and you would play before the first band and then between the first and the second, between the third and fourth. But then now you've got to this level. You and Steven. Does Steven? Do you guys always DJ together?
Not always.
No.
But we like doing the team thing.
Yeah.
Because the style of DJing that we do with including DJ Batboy, our colleague. Is we do that rapid trade-off where I like to keep it fresh and exciting where we play 4 or 5 songs, we trade, 4 or 5 songs trade. And what that allows us to do is whatever, like say DJ Moonside plays or what DJ Bad Boy plays, I might be after them. I listen to them. I'm like, oh, that makes me think of this song, and it triggers new creative possibilities.
Interesting.
So it allows us to pursue that. Also, on a very practical level, it keeps the dance floor from dying, and it keeps people from getting bored. Because sometimes you'll get a DJ up there who's like up there for 2 hours, and everybody's like, man, when is this guy gonna take a break and get different DJ up there?
Right.
So on one level, we have a lot of fans that come out to see each different person. So if we rotate, it also keeps it thrilling. Like
and sometimes
literally,
you guys have a third person, right?
yeah, we do. Well, yeah, it's usually Steven and I and DJ Batboy, Aaron
DJ
Hernandez.
Batboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes we'll have a guest like Kenny or Paul.
Kenny G?
Not Kenny G. Hell no.
Oh.
As an avid dancer, I really appreciate your form.
Thank you.
On that, because I mean, it gives me, like, you see me out there. I go all out.
Absolutely.
And a 4-song set is perfect.
It is.
I can go get a drink of water. I can come back. Like, what's the new set like? Maybe I'm not into that music. Maybe I'll go talk to someone. Oh, but the next set's going to be back in 4 songs.
Totally. That's exactly the way.
Great.
Yeah, that's exactly the way we view it. And DJing, I view it as we are, and this is going to sound super philosophical and corny or whatever, but it's true. It's what I really believe. We're out there. We're basically carving experience together with the audience.
Sure, yeah,
it's a moment in time and literally space, like moment in time and physical space. And we're carving an experience. And if we are trading off, it becomes this dynamic give and take. It becomes more performative and becomes more. I think it's more engaging for the crowd.
Yeah.
And the crowd loves it. Like thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and like, okay, so I feel like we're you, me, Smiley, and your people, we can all kind of hit this same, like, where we kind of all understand the same thing, is where, all right now the most saturated media on the planet is podcasting. Everybody wants to do podcasting.
Right. Everybody's got a podcast.
Everybody's like got an idea. Everybody's da. Well, I feel like DJing is kind of the same thing.
It is. There's a lot. There's a big glut.
And so, it's one of those things where, I don't necessarily know what it takes to be a DJ, but I know that there are people who are beginners at it and suck. And there are people who've been doing it a little while and they're not so bad. And then there's people who are on the expert level that can just, anywhere they go, they're going to fill a room.
Right.
What's the difference between those different groups?
That's an interesting question. I think for the beginners, because I know I was definitely there. Like I started DJing in 2012, and like you said, I played before, between, and after bands. I did a lot because I'm involved in the art community as well.
Right.
Did a lot of art openings and things like that for free, played birthday parties. So when you start out, I think there's a level of discretion that increases the more you do it, where you're like, I'm not going to do your backyard pool party for free, or I'm not going to do this, I opened once for a candle shop. I played for a candle shop in Old Town in the blazing sun once for free, like that sort of thing.
No.
But I think the thing is, to me, the difference between the more advanced DJs and the beginners is the ability to read the room.
Right.
And to pay attention to how their choices are affecting the mood, atmosphere of the party. We're bringing a party. Like when Joe books DJs, he says, DJs are a party. When we have a set of live bands, you play a band, they come to the bar, play a band, the crowd comes to the bar. With a DJ, it's a continuous party.
Right.
So you're crafting a party. So in the beginning, you don't quite get that. You're like, I have all these cool songs I love. I can't wait to share them, which is good because then you learn the music.
Right.
But you can't only just be playing your pet favorites because
No.
it doesn't always work. And then if you want to get paid and get booked again,
It's not your own.
yeah,
It's not your own personal karaoke.
yeah, it's
time.
not.
You're all, woohoo!
Yeah.
I love all these. Why are these guys leaving the dance
Exactly.
floor?
Right.
So I think the difference is you start to be able to be more efficient at reading the room, and then you learn how to introduce cool new stuff, sliding it in with familiar stuff that people
Right.
do want to dance to. So you can still train people to learn about new music. At least this is sort of my take, and I think DJ Moonside and DJ Badboy would probably agree with me on that.
Oh no, I love hearing new
Yeah.
tracks. I'll go see you guys
Yeah.
because you'll bust out some new tracks, and like I know,
Yeah.
I can get into the groove
Right.
if I need to.
Swing your scarf around.
Maybe
Little bit,
that does happen.
It does happen. And then So I think that's good. And I think learning the music is important. I know some beginner DJs obsess over having like thousands of dollars worth of equipment. And literally some of the best DJs I know use little dinky little DJ to go to like cheap $99 things. It's not about the equipment. If you're obsessing on the equipment, I think you're doing something wrong. Like, it's nice to have good equipment, but you just need enough to be able to craft and mix the sounds that you want to, create a sound.
Is it like compensating?
It is. It's like photographers.
Maybe if my equipment's better.
Where they walk around with the big old lens and they're like, yeah, but then they might not know how to read rooms. So I see DJs hunched over their equipment and they're looking down all night looking cool. And then they look up and there's nobody dancing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of times where, it's how it looks. And I'm not saying that that's bad.
It's not. It's just
how
different.
It looks, because looks can be a lot of things.
It can be.
But again, like, the whole idea is you want, I guess at the end of the day, number one, you want the dance floor to be full.
Right.
And then you want, and with that, then people will go, oh man, I went to fucking Red Door, I went to whatever, and DJ Ren was like, made it a good time,
right?
So I'm going to see the next time she's up somewhere, and I'm going to go, and then therefore venues are going to be like, let's bring in a DJ, and let's pay them, and if they fill the floor, then that we'll bring them back. That's the whole thing. You want to make money, and they want to sell booze. Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Dancing
and there's
people get thirsty.
Yeah, they do. And it really is. It's still a business and a career. And of course, there's different kinds of DJs. Some of them, if you want to be the kind of DJ that just introduces people to your secret pet discoveries, which is awesome, those kinds of radio shows and podcasts are perfect for that. Or maybe a more chill, like DJ Caterwall does this really cool vinyl discovery thing at the press club.
He moved.
I know. He used to. I know. He used to. There we go.
I went to his last one. Those were amazing.
It's cool because it was the kind of environment it was is you get to sit and chill and hear really bizarro deep cuts. So there is room for that. But the kind of DJing that we do is like we want to bring a big ass party to a big ass nightclub. So it's a little different. Yeah.
And thank you.
Oh, and cheers.
So I would say you're probably one of those DJs that probably gets a lot more work than than most.
We turn down a lot of work. We try to, I would say at the height of the busiest, like I was doing 2 to 3 events a week.
Oh, wow.
And I realized, first of all, if you do that, you oversaturate the market because everybody's like, oh, I'll see her next week or I'll see her tomorrow. And the crowd diminishes because you're decreasing your rarity.
That's the same thing. That's what bands
do the same thing.
Have to find out.
Yeah, and when we book bands at Launchpad and stuff, we have to be careful not to book somebody who just played last night and then the night after they're going to play again. So same kind of idea. And that's another sign of beginner DJ versus more experienced DJ. Well, you take everything.
And I don't know if this is still the rule, but the rule was if you're going to play downtown, and when I say rule, there's no fucking rule book,
right?
But these are ones that promoters like. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Guidelines.
It's exciting.
They're like things that promoters look at,
right?
Like they don't. Here's especially like if you're a band out there and you're listening to this, here's the thing that promoters do not like. They don't want to book you at Launchpad on a Friday, and then it's a paid show, and then Sunday. You're playing at Marble downtown for free.
Yep.
They don't fucking like that.
Nope.
And I'll tell you why. Because people are like, well, why would I pay to go see them on Friday when they're going to play Sunday for free?
Exactly.
Promoters fucking hate that. They really do. Now, if you're going to play downtown at Launchpad on Friday, Sunday you're going to be in Rio Rancho, some coffee house for free, whatever.
It's different.
But they don't
different
want
market.
They don't want you in the same area for free like 2 days later.
No, it's true. It's kind of a rule that's both written and unwritten.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of show promotion, and I do obviously Barney and Joe book most of the shows, but I book shows sometimes through at Joe's venues, and we definitely look to see where else are they playing, how often are they playing, and where are they going to be that same weekend.
Right.
And we will turn people away if we're like, oh, well, they're going to be here, and then they're going to be here, and they're going to be here and here. It's like, it's cool that you're getting gigs, but also maybe be more judicious, I think.
Right. Be smart about it.
Yeah.
And, but see, like, I feel like with young bands, they look at it and they go, the more we play, the more people see us,
Right.
the bigger our audience gets. But that's not always true.
Right.
And
That's
that
true.
and that really only works if you're anticipating going on a tour, because you want to have like a big flash before you go. But,
Yeah.
but if you're not going
Right.
to do that, you're just like you're saying, you're just oversaturating your market.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not planning on going somewhere else.
Unfortunately, like the thing you have to do is you have to travel. Like if you want to play that much or DJ that much, you've got to move all over the place. You've got to DJ in Albuquerque, then maybe in Santa Fe, maybe up in Taos, maybe down in Las Cruces. If you want to go that much, but that's where you don't have a day job and you're fucking out doing
Right.
You're hustling.
Yeah, like DJ Owen, who came and did a guest set at for our apparition night, our goth night. He's one of those. He tours constantly as a DJ, and he just drops in different cities every
That's
single night.
badass.
It is badass, and he's really cool.
Can I get another Topo?
Topo Chico.
Chico.
It is delicious, and it's.
Delish.
I got the Oasis cherry.
It's the only one we've been able to keep.
What do you
we
mean
let-
the only one?
Well, we tend to talk trash about our sponsors.
This is actually tasty though.
Well,
Yeah, we love it.
We liked Long Drink. It was really sweet, but
Yeah.
we liked it.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
We liked it.
I just couldn't find those people again.
No, the guy.
One of them died.
The guy passed
Oh,
away.
God.
Yeah.
Well, that's totally.
And we welcome
understandable.
new sponsors. So someone wants to be our beer sponsor. They
Maybe
can.
Montucky.
I would love that. I would honestly. I just want Montucky to come back to New Mexico, please. So the company got sold. Like a bigger company bought them out, and so they changed distributors. And because they changed distributors, they're now struggling to get back into New Mexico, and I don't know why. But the whole like.
Oh, I can fill you in on that one.
Oh,
I mean, I kind of know because like distribution like in state thing is kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's like organized crime,
I work at a liquor store,
but it's
and I have worked in the liquor industry in this town for most of my life. And our distribution is terrible. If
Well,
someone-
every state
if
is.
someone gets dropped here, that's it. That's it. You
Yeah.
can't sell their product in this state.
oh wow.
Well, or like here's the other thing too.
I know.
Say you're with a Brody. Say you're with a big distributor. There's like 3 big ones and 1 little one here. If you're one of the big big 3, and you're like Montucky, where you're like not a big dog, and you start selling a bunch, the distributor with maybe they have Budweiser, and Budweiser's like, wait a minute, they're cutting into our profits. We're gonna need you to do something about that. Well, all of a sudden, Montucky's not selling so well in the state because none of the stores have it. But according to when Montucky hits up the distributor, they're like, oh, it's just not selling. Sorry. So it's
Yeah, when in fact they're
holding it back.
It's the distributors aren't selling it to the providers.
They're not getting it to the stores, and they're telling the stores, sorry, we can't get it.
Yeah, we can only buy from distributors,
Right.
and if they are not going to sell it, we
Right.
can't get it.
It's a antiquated, fucked up system that I don't know there's any way around it. But
right.
so yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like there's literally like
They will hold product
Yeah.
in their warehouse and be like, I don't know,
Yeah.
and then send it back to where it came from, just
Like-
because they don't want to sell it.
I know this because like I know some local distillers that they when the distributors came around and courted them, they picked the wrong one, and the distributor can drop you. You
Right.
can't drop the distributor, which is fucked up. So
Yeah.
they have the product in the distributor's warehouse just sitting there, and it never went out on shelves. And so they can't sell their stuff in the stores, and so they have to sell it from their location, and so they're just kind of stuck. It's fucked up, but so I don't know if that's what's going on with
Maybe.
Montucky, but
Because I know we
I
got
just want
them.
him to come back.
Every Liquors has them now, so.
Not anymore.
No, they don't anymore?
Uh-uh.
We did for a bit.
No, they did till they sold their company and then moved distributors, and now it's in limbo. And I have to like go on their Instagram page and beg them to come back, and they just go soon.
No, that's too bad.
So we'll see. I
I'll
don't
talk to him. I got the silver tongue.
know. Do it, dude.
You got the silver tongue.
So primarily, like you guys do a lot of like it's not. I always get this wrong. It's not goth. Is it goth?
So we do a bunch of different things.
You don't do emo.
No, we don't do emo because we get asked. I'm like, yeah, I don't do emo.
You go cry in the bathroom. You ain't gonna cry at my show.
No. No. And I know that the hoodie I came in with looks sort of emo, and it's not.
No.
So anyway, so what we do is we do a few different things. So we run the Apparition Goth Night.
Yeah.
That's me, DJ Batboy, DJ Moonside.
And where's that at?
It's we have residency at Launchpad, El Rey, and Inside Out. It bounces between the three just month to month to keep it all equal. We also do some non-goth nights, like we do Southwest Synthwave, which is all synthwave, synth pop. Yeah. We do ongoing nights. We do Space Disco, which is basically whatever the hell we want to play. And then we do other kinds of one-offs, and we'll do some special events, like we did your birthday party. We'll do things like that. And then we also do, like, our Zombie Prom is technically an Apparition Presents event, so it's like an 80s night.
I feel like you guys are like, well, okay, we can't keep doing more goth nights. We're gonna do
exactly.
Apparition night. We're gonna do Vampire Ball.
Yeah, we do that. So all of those are goth nights. So except for Zombie Prom. So I remember one time I ran into you and you were like, you guys have a cool thing going. We were out in the street in front of Inside Out, and you said, "What is this thing, like Frankenstein Party?" And I was like. No, it's Vampire Ball, but I was like, that's a good idea.
You're all next week.
Frankenstein Party. We should.
And I was like, you just throw a different label on it. And
exactly.
Same show, but
right.
Everybody's like, no, this isn't Goth Night. This is Vampire Ball.
Yeah. So, but most of those really are just Goth Night. It's Goth Night with a theme. I know, but Zombie Prom is not.
It. No, I love it. Though.
Yeah, but Space Disco.
I can barely I can only get away with dressing up like a vampire, like maybe once a year. So having a second one is like, no, it's too much. It's kind of nice.
Well, here's what's smart about it. One of the Christmas has always been a fucking major holiday, right? That people love. Thanksgiving's a major holiday.
Yeah.
But in like the last 20 years, fucking really does he zoom in?
It really had to zoom in for
Halloween. It's all dun dun dun. Halloween is like this becoming this just thing,
mega thing because we do. The other thing that we do is we do these general dance parties. And for lack of a better word, we do the annual Launchpad Halloween party, the annual Launchpad or El Rey New Year's Eve, and we do a Krampus night. Halloween is whatever the hell we want to play. It's like our Space Disco. We play whatever gets people dancing. Same thing with New Year's Eve. So those are not goth nights, they're just general dance parties.
Okay.
And I think we're on this year will be the 5th Halloween party we've done at Launchpad.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And those are fun because we can play whatever we want. Yeah.
You can play whatever you want.
Those are the best.
Those are the best. Those are the ones you usually show up for.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because you don't want to dress like a vampire.
Well, I can. I only have that one vampire outfit.
We did have.
I don't want to like wear it.
You can't wear it every time.
Yeah.
Because goths are the worst at noticing. She wore those pants last time and those shoes.
Oh yeah, no,
interesting.
I know. I can wear it once a year. Mm-hmm. They're like nice Bram Stoker's, dude. And that's it. I'm like,
well, we did have Brandon Kennedy who does the headphone dance parties. I do DJ some headphone dance parties still. He showed up once as the Count from Sesame Street. Like he was wearing like this big foam.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Okay, that's real.
It was really good,
dude. Like that would be like the coolest like Danger Mouse like rip off is like the Count from Sesame Street head.
Oh yeah. It was great. It was so good.
One
song two. Yes.
Well, he goes.
I love that meme. They're all, who's your favorite vampire? And they're all the Count from Sesame Street, or the one from Sesame Street. And they're like, he doesn't count. And they're like, I assure you, he does.
I assure you, he does. He counts more than all of the others.
So you also
Count Von Count.
Count Von Count.
That's his name.
So you guys also have a band too.
Yeah. So Steven and I have Future Club, which is a. Okay, let's see if I can come up with all of our genres.
Okay.
We are a goth rock, dark wave, shoegaze, with a touch of prog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting for noise or industrial.
No industrial, no noise. I mean, there might be noise, but it's not intentional.
Did you see the Hard Times article that was like Noise Festival sponsored by Harbor Freight and Excedrin?
And Excedrin, that's the best.
I was that is fucking awesome.
There's a funny Hard Times where it's like attempted whatever equipment thieves thwarted by the fact that the band uses all PV amps. Like, again, I just practically spit my... Yeah. He did a spit take almost. Yeah, it's so funny. I was like, oh, damn, it's a PV. Yeah. No, but it's great. We love... Okay, so we started out as a cover band just doing Night of the Living cover bands.
I think that's a lot of people, right?
A lot of people. So it's me, Steven, his brother Matthew, and our friend Michael Dixon, who was in Will Guerra with me. And Will Guerra is the band with Keith Henley from Guild Cinema.
Okay.
I left that band because we're not going to get into it here. But yeah.
Let's dive in. I'm just kidding.
Let's dive into that now. I love them. They're fun. How's that? Yeah. Okay, so
nah. You know what? Here's the truth about stuff like that. Like people leave bands, people move on.
Yeah.
People leave shows, people leave podcasts.
Yeah.
Not everything is a fit. That's just how it goes.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's Michael Dixon, our drummer from Will Guerra, and so we got together to do Night of the Living cover bands. Our first time we did Rush. Yeah, we did Rush, and we worked on it.
Do you like Rush?
Oh
no! That's a tattoo.
Yep.
Nice.
I do have a Rush tattoo, which is older than Steven, actually.
Yeah, so you're a big fan.
I am a big fan.
I don't like them at all.
It's okay. Wow. A lot of people don't. I get it.
Hold on. You're also are you female? Like, do you is that your pronoun?
Yeah.
She,
yeah.
You're a woman that likes.
I know.
Rush.
There's like 2%
right
of the fans are. It's really true, because the first time I saw them live, I've seen them like 4 times, and it was all dudes, and I walked around wearing a tank top, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, a tattoo!" All these guys like, "Yeah,
a woman,
yeah, woman." There's a girl here,
yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. There are other women that like Rush, but so we did Rush in 9 weeks. So even if you hate them, they're technically difficult.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, it was insane.
I'll absolutely admit that all day long.
Yeah.
You talk about musicians who can actually fucking play.
Yeah.
Neil Peart, I mean, one of the best drummers ever. But I mean, that doesn't mean I like it.
No, I know, I get that. I know, and a lot of people are like, I get, like my best friend Jeanette's like, they're really good, but I hate them.
Yes.
And I was like, I get that, it's cool.
Yes.
She was like, I'll come support you guys, because you guys aren't actually Rush.
No.
Yeah.
I don't hate them.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was crazy.
They're just I don't
Not
know.
your thing.
They're just another band.
Yeah.
No, good lord. You mean the whole... But, okay, I don't know what I dislike more. Rush or the fans?
I think the fans are really annoying.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, they really kind of
you
are.
don't like the Holy Trinity, man?
I know. No, they're...
Yeah.
I feel like fans ruin a lot of stuff. Like,
Oh, geez.
like
okay.
Turnstile fans.
Have you ever run into any Nirvana fans?
Oh, no.
It's like they won't even like shut up about it. Like, that's the best band ever.
He's attacking me.
I know. I was like, is he a Nirvana fan, actually? Yeah, I like Nirvana.
Huge Nirvana fan.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the most toxic, there is no equal fan. And that is Star Wars. No.
They get so...
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Militantly gatekeepy. They will destroy you and everyone you've ever loved to prove a point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I like the expanded universe stuff, and you get the half that goes die for that, or the other half's like, I love that, you're awesome. Yeah. It's a little bit crazy. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Cara Johnson says, every time I tell a non-musician I'm a drummer, their next sentence is, oh, do you like Neil Peart?
Do you?
And she says, no, I love Dave Grohl.
Oh, Dave Grohl, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
but
no, so we did Rush, and then we did my favorite one so far. We did the '80s one-hit wonders.
Oh, nice.
Which
I like that idea.
You were there.
I like that idea
because you were. That was the time that you guys did the Big Lebowski.
Oh,
that was the same night. We went on like 2 bands before you, and we did. We did 4 or 5. I can't remember now. 80s one hit wonders. So we did like Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax. We did Take on Me, Aha. We did Maniac, but we did the Carpenter Brute version, not the Michael Cimbello version, which was really kind of
that was a great
inside.
set.
Oh, you saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did I Ran by Flock of Seagulls, which we still play.
I ran so far away.
I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Whip It, Devo. Technically, Devo's not one hit wonder, so don't start making comments.
You're gonna get killed.
Yeah, they're not. But,
on the streets.
But what we decided was they had one commercial one hit, but they had a whole catalog of great stuff, so it's not about that.
Did you see the SNL
I like it.
Homecoming concert? And I know I keep saying this on the show. The SNL Homecoming
I did not.
50th concert. They were on it.
Were they really now?
Dude, they were on it. Dude, I'm
kidding. I'm
just you know how obsessed I am about SNL. But it was first of all, it's on Peacock. Go watch it. Everyone go watch it.
Yeah.
Dude,
I gotta watch it.
Devo did a set and Fred Armisen drummed.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Their musical set was actually amazing.
That's cool.
Like the SNL musical thing was.
Smiley watched it. He loved
watched
it.
It was great.
Dude, I had a coworker that watched it and he goes, I don't know. I didn't think it was like. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you smack him? Dude, like immediately.
And I keep bringing this up. So a lot of people played on it, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird because like the Post Malone Nirvana got a lot of press. What didn't get any press, which I'm kind of glad, but also shocked, is two people came out, and it blew my brain out of my head when they announced it. Like while we're watching it, I was like, oh. Like Keenan comes out and he's like, we have two people that are here that we love so much, and he's like, welcome to the stage, Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean, and the fucking Fugees came out, and
holy
fucking, and I was like,
have to watch it.
I was like, how did I not know the Fugees were going to be on this fucking thing? Carr said she's not a Neil Peart guy or Dave Grohl. She likes Keith Moon,
which I respect,
and I respect the ever living shit. Because Keith Moon is great. You know, you're not going to put him up there with what's his name from Zeppelin, John Bonham. I mean, I think he's up there with him, but like a lot of people won't. But like, I think Keith Moon
is great.
Is the epitome of a great drummer because he's just so he's like the Animal. He's like Animal from the Muppets. He's fucking everywhere and then dialed in. It's crazy.
Yeah, like Neil Peart's Control, and he's just like,
hold on. Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, guys. I just want to announce that, and we have the British here.
Uh-oh.
And he says Moon is one of my favorite drummers. Of course he is, because who are from Britain. Yeah. And he says
he's retired, I think.
Mitch Mitchell. What's Mitch Mitchell from?
I don't know.
Craig. I want to thank Craig for going to see. First of all, they played last night at St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
They killed it. And Craig didn't wear his Union Jack shirt on the Great Irish Holiday Weekend. Oh, he said that's Hendrix drummer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
See,
I'll have to think about that.
People really go into Hendrix, and I'm not. I like Hendrix, but I'm not infatuated with it. You know.
Yeah, I feel the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our last cover band that we did was Typo Negative.
Oh, Loving You is like Loving the Dead.
Yeah, we did that one.
Loving You is like loving the dead. Fuck.
Yeah, and everyone said they enjoyed it. So, and it's funny because when I was younger, hitting goth clubs in Hollywood in the 90s, I thought Typo Negative was serious.
You loved the Dead?
No, I did not love the Dead. But I thought they were serious, so I was like, this is stupid and cheesy. And then I realized, like an idiot later, I was like, oh no, they're totally being facetious.
Yes.
And and I don't know how it went over my head. But you know, when you're 20, you're an idiot. But I was just like, oh my god. So then it had so much more depth. I was like, I like these guys now. This is cool. So yeah, we had a good time doing that.
It's interesting. Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of times when we're in our 20s, we take ourselves too like seriously.
That's probably what it was. Is I was like, I'm not going to listen to that.
That's ridiculous. Stupid. And then when you get a little older, and you're like, fucking life is ridiculous.
Right.
When I was in my 20s, I owned a bar and I painted it purple. I knew exactly where I was at.
Oh, you knew where you were at. You didn't have to find yourself. You already found it.
Were you loving the Dead?
That was a spite bar. I opened it. I spent like tens of thousands of dollars with my brother just to spite one person.
Wally.
Sounds like a worthy...
Wally from Geckos. And we painted it purple because he would have to look at it every day.
Does he hate purple? I don't.
And we put neons all over it.
Wow.
Man.
This is much of a spite show, you know.
I love that. I'm fine with that.
Well, we're spite people. You know this about me, right? So Ren and I went to the Arrived Hotel to the Dotner.
Dotner. We're not going to call it Downtowner because there's no N. What is that?
No, there's no N in there, so it's the
Dotner.
Dotner. And
I need
that,
to go down there.
And
it
that's
looks great.
And that's our name for it. If you're
Dotner.
if you're a downtowner, call it the Dotner.
You call it the Dotner.
If someone calls it the Downtowner, then they're from fucking Heights, Tanawan, and they can fuck themselves. All those rich old people.
We were sitting there. We were surrounded by all of those
olds.
people from Santa Fe.
Yeah, there was a lot of Santa Fe looking motherfuckers in there. And people were like, we live in Albuquerque. In Albuquerque, Santa Fe the same? No.
We're like, I live like 2 blocks from downtown.
Ren and I don't wear a lot of turquoise and silver. Or smiley for that matter.
No,
I mean,
I don't.
not unless I'm performing.
I don't think I even own turquoise.
I honestly, of the people in this room,
I have like plastic jewelry.
the only people who should wear, in this room, the only people who should wear turquoise and silver would be Smiley.
Yeah,
I
smiley.
have an amazing squash
blossom.
Because
Yeah,
he's
you
native, right? Yeah.
You're allowed to do that as long as it's like paired with like the shirt that you're wearing.
I forgot to tell you guys, Car Johnson is rich and white and lives in the Heights.
He is.
She
is. I'm sorry.
She's the drummer
Cara
from...
Johnson.
yeah, you know Car?
Do I? I probably do. I
She's
know.
the drummer from All Thick.
Oh, I know Cara. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, so don't feel bad, Cara.
I say it weird.
Hi, Cara.
Cara.
Yeah.
She's rich and old and lives in the Heights.
Well, she's not old. She might be rich, and she might live in the
kidding.
Heights.
She's a
How are you calling people old here, Chris?
hey,
I'm
discovered that-
kidding. I am kidding.
But we
because
discovered-
I am
wait.
not that.
We discovered that I'm older than Chris.
yeah, we did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
That was a discovery.
We discovered
because
it.
I was having old people
Because he was
conversations.
having that conversation, he was going, "I'm older than that,"
And
and then
I-
he was like, "But look at these old fucks from
Look at
Santa
these
Fe."
old fuckers, and I'll get into that in the second hour because I got some old people talk in the second hour.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have old people talk.
Smiley, some crazy shit has happened to me this week.
Okay.
I think Ren already knows some of it.
I might, yeah.
Dude, crazy shit happened this week, Smiley. Twice.
I was very busy. I have no idea what's going on.
Crazy shit happened this week. Twice.
Okay.
That's in the second hour.
Second hour.
So if you're listening,
I like to go into this.
And I
live.
Gotta wait.
and I forget, put right in the chat, what about the crazy things?
Oh yeah.
Because I've realized that I have some sort of magnetism toward weird, crazy shit happening that everyday people just don't deal with. And I know that's like saying, and I'm not proud of that. Like people are like, oh, no. Wait till you hear the two things.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I agree with you. I think it has something to do with weird glasses. Because weird shit happens to me.
It's been my whole life, but I don't know.
I've had weird shit happen my whole life too.
So
and it's not the glasses.
No, I've had many different kinds of glasses. It's not glasses.
does it involve, as Craig says, does it involve stuffed turkey and WD-40? No, it involves murder.
Oh,
Murder.
I don't think I heard that part.
Okay.
Wait, maybe I did.
Also, not weird that it happens way too routinely.
Murder. Anyway,
Well, we'll have to wait. Now I'm excited.
yeah.
I might not know it.
So let's get into more DJ thing.
DJ
so
things.
How much do you like when somebody comes up to ask
I'm
to request a song?
gonna be perfectly honest. I hate requests because almost all of them are. It's either I was already gonna play that and it's
Right.
queued up for later.
And
it's
then
in my list,
and then
or
and hold on, and then they go, I requested this.
they're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I was gonna play that.
Bleh.
But most of the problem is, first of all, we started to build a cage around our DJ setup when we're in places where we're on the floor because we've had drunk white girls come up sloshing beer and asking for Bad Bunny at like an 80s night.
Wait a minute. Drunk white girls are annoying?
Huh? They are
When
very
did that
annoying.
happen?
Oh, yeah. It's been a thing for a long time.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah. And then I've had, twice now, and it wasn't a shit post, I've had drunk people ask me to play Hall & Oates at a goth night. They were not joking. They just didn't understand what was going on around them. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play that. What am I going to play? Like,
I could see I'm a fan of DJ Spinbad's version of "Whoa, Here She Comes."
maybe a good cover, maybe. But the problem is they request songs that will kill the dance floor because they want to hear something that they like.
They're like
which
drunk
I
and they're like,
understand.
play this song right now.
Yeah, I love my boyfriend. This is your song. And I'm like, I get that. I totally get that as a person. But also, if you request a song that's like 50 BPM and we're already 3/4 of the way through the night, I'm not going to play it because no one here in Albuquerque dances to slow stuff at most events.
You are correct.
Yeah. So in Hollywood, they do. They'll put on a slow goth song and everybody starts doing the slow gothic two-step.
Oh.
But they don't do that here.
No, we'll just leave the dance floor.
You're like,
Oh, I guess the music's over.
You're like, oh, the music's over.
nope.
Yeah. So that's my main problem.
They're playing us out.
Yeah, they don't request stuff that actually works for the party, or they request stuff that's wildly off topic.
Yeah.
I had some guys once, and I'm not going to name the venue because it's downtown and I like them and it's not their fault. When I was probably like 9 years ago, I was DJing at a bar, and some guys, I was playing an 80s night, clearly an 80s night. It was marketed as an 80s night. They came up, they said, we don't like what you're playing. They kind of backed me into the corner and threatened to unplug my equipment and close my laptop if I didn't switch to hip hop.
Oh, you're going to have to tell me what this was.
I will tell you.
Did you have to?
No, I told them no. And then they backed me into the corner, and I was like, okay, like, if you shut my shit off, I'm just going to leave. Like,
was it, wait a minute. So when you say this, you're telling
physically
me...
threatening.
Hold on.
That happens to me a lot as a woman DJ. It happens to some of the other women DJs I know. Yeah.
So you're saying that the people who run the venue did this?
No, they were guests. No, the venue had nothing to do with it. They were so busy they had no idea.
Oh,
it was happening.
They didn't have anybody that was like watching.
They had
door.
no security. They have no security.
Oh, okay.
You might be able to guess who it is, but
all right. I think I'll guess after. I don't want to call anybody.
no,
out.
because it's not their fault.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, it would be nice if they had security, but that's not. No, but I've had that happen where I'm like, yeah. So that was like an aggressive request where we're going to shut this, and then we had this guy at our last apparition night, Goth Night at El Rey, where he squeezed into the DJ booth, which was fenced off.
Wait,
which was
what?
Yeah, obviously not meant for regular people to enter. He squeezes in and he's trying to get us to play his own band. And we're like, dude, this is not the way to do this. Like, if you want the DJs to play your band, we said, send us an email with like your Bandcamp or your SoundCloud or whatever so we can hear it. But we're not going to... And he was like, hurt. So I went up and I actually did the little short angry girl thing, and I said, dude, don't come into the fucking DJ booth when we're in there. Like, if you want us to play your music, we'll listen, but you can't do that. He was like, I'm sorry.
Here's what you tell the guy.
Yeah.
If you would like for us to play your music, first of all, go fuck yourself. Go make a name for yourself, then we'll play your fucking music. You go play your fucking music somewhere, asshat.
Right.
And I'm a little aggro about it right now.
Oh, me too.
Because like last night, some people got fucking shitty. I mean, it's a punk show, so people are gonna get shitty. So people got real shitty last night at Launchpad. Mm-hmm. You were. Where were
I
you?
was not. I had to do ghost tours last night.
There was a couple shitty things. Not crazy shitty, but like there was a girl that got really fucking wasted, and she was like falling down. Mm-hmm. And like my friend was like. He's like, this pit is so nice. She fell down. Everyone stopped, picked her up, and I was like, well, that's how pit's supposed to be.
That's normal.
I'm like, that's supposed to be normal.
That's what they're supposed to do. So they often don't.
The thing that's funny is I'm watching this happen, and like they're moving the girl out, and she's like fucking like and then all of a sudden she's like realizes she's getting kicked out, and all of a sudden she's like, what? Wakes up, and she's like, what? I'm getting kicked out. What am I getting kicked out for? And she's like all of a sudden like animated and like,
oh my god,
fuck you. And her friends are like, yeah, what's the problem here?
She can't stand up.
Yeah, and she can't hardly stand up. But all of a sudden she had the adrenaline kicked in, and she was like, I'm fine. And I love that kind of shit. But like,
I know.
There was also some dude was all, and there's been a couple times recently. We'll go in a second.
Yeah. But I just noticed that Cara said that this happens to a lot of women musicians in general, and she's right, because one of the things that my male co-DJs have noticed is that people will come up, men and women, to request songs, and they ignore me. I can be actively working the equipment. They'll go past me to ask Steven or Aaron for a request. They will ask, hey, can you play me now? They act like I'm the girlfriend. And I'm like, dude, I'm the one who organized this. They're my co-DJs. Like, I mean, we're a team, but it's like, they assume I'm somebody's... I am Steven's girlfriend, but I was there before he was, you know what I mean? So
no, I won't play
they do this all the
wheel.
time, yeah.
I was raised by a single mother. I knew I was like, I know who's in charge right there.
Yeah. Right. And then I've had people come up, and I've had guys so many times, which I'm sure Kara will realize this, where they'll be like, well, stand around, need some help with the equipment when there's no guys around. And like, if the guys are there, they don't ask. But if it's just me, I'm like, no, I've set this up 100 times. Are you sure?
You lift that.
I was DJing. I was KJing karaoke, DJing a karaoke party for a private birthday party out in this whatever fancy place, and I was setting up my equipment, setting up my PA system, and I had this guy come up, and he was like, "You know, you're gonna have to have a screen or something for lyrics." And he's looking around. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I have my fucking laptop." He was like, "Oh, do you need help setting up the audio equipment?" I'm like, and I'm getting paid like $500 to do this. Who do you think is the professional here? Like, get away from me.
I feel like there's these okay. Like, here's my philosophy on what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. You have these people that want to like get discovered, and they're not really sure like how it all works, right? So they think that if they go to this thing that they want to do, and they like come and like start, like trying to like insert themselves into like what you do, that they can somehow become a part of it. And in a way, like I understand that a little bit, but in a way, like I'm here to fucking do something. Get the fuck out of my way.
Right.
And it's skipping steps.
Yes.
Oh, totally.
You're never going to be good at what you want to do if you skip those steps.
Right. Now the right way to do that is like after the thing, come up to Ren and say, "Hey, this is something I'm interested in. How do I go about it?" And Ren will be like, "Get the fuck out of my." I'm just kidding. Shit, we like.
And I'm actually super supportive, and like, and I've had people come up, and it would be fun to say, "Get the fuck out of my face." And I've done that before, but if people are interested, I'm totally like, let's talk about what you want to do. Let's see what you can do. And if people have music they want to share with us, we actually love that.
Yeah.
But squeezing into the DJ booth by climbing over a wall, is not the way to do it. And
I've seen that DJ booth. That he had to go through
it's
some
clear, right? Yeah, and we didn't used to do that.
The mezzanine at El Rey.
This was on the main floor at El Rey.
Oh yeah.
I'd shit the bed.
Very
I'd be like, "Get the fuck out!" I would get.
I was mad, so I went up and marched up to him,
and
I pointed right up in his face. I was like, "Dude, don't come into ours."
You have to climb a fence to get into that.
You do.
That's very clearly.
Why would you do this? And and the thing is, all he had to do was say, "Hey, man, I have a band. Listen to me. Maybe you can DJ us." And we would have, because Aaron and I were like, "Oh yeah, we'll look at his stuff." But I'm like, I'm not going to fucking play his stuff live when we've never heard it. How does he think DJing works? It's not Spotify. We have to know all of the music intimately and how everything interconnects so that we know exactly how to fit things together. That's another reason why I don't like, I'm not that fond of requests, is if you request something, I have to sit there and listen to it and think about, how's this going to fit here? And half the time it doesn't fit, and I'm just like, and then they get mad, and
fuck them, fuck all those people,
and you look them square in their eyes, and you're like, the RPMs are off, all right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to start saying that.
That's one of those things where it's like, if you came in here today and you'd be like, "Hey, Chris, here's the things I would like for you to ask me." I would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck off.
And then I wouldn't ask any one of those things.
Because that's not, because you're a professional interviewer, you're a professional host, and you know what you're doing, and you know how to elicit the right responses from your guests. You know how to carve and shape the show.
Because I'm doing like you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm reading you, and I'm reading the situation.
And you're reading the responses.
And I'm reading the responses from the audience.
Yep.
And I'm taking it in the directions that I think it should go.
Yep.
And so, like, if someone's like, "Hey," if someone in the audience thing is like, "Hey, ask this," I'll be like, "Well, no, you ask it, and then we'll see how it goes." Right. And I'm all for that. It's fine because it creates a spontaneity. But we're gonna take a break here.
Okay.
This is what we do. Where can people? They can go to DJ Ren Moonside.
So we have on Facebook it's DJ Ren and Moonside, and then on Instagram it's the same. We also have djrenmoonside.weebly.com, which is our website, which is, I didn't pay for a domain, but it's okay. And it's djrenmoonside.weebly.com. And you can also find us, we do have flyers and posters all around, but on Steven and I share DJ accounts, and then DJ Batboy is on... He's Bad Taste Bat on Instagram, and he's DJ Batboy on Facebook. And then Apparition is our goth night, if you want to follow Apparition on Facebook and Instagram.
Definitely go to that.
Yeah. Apparition is like all of us. Yeah.
Very much so, right?
Yeah. But DJ Ren Moonside, you'll find all of our non-goth events as well. So which are fun. So
Smiley got any
before the break?
No, I've got a bunch of stuff. So, and I'm probably it's probably all going to be the stuff I say. But
Aztec New Year's was today. I probably should have advertised that last week.
Should have.
Yeah, I was dancing down the street.
Cool. You were just dancing in the streets.
That was the National Hispanic Cultural Center.
Oh, okay.
That's literally down the street.
But yeah, it was right over there.
I told you I lived close to that time.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
so
like
I don't
an
have
11
anything
minute
else
walk.
coming up.
I'm an 11-minute walk from your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't leave in time, so.
You're all right. Everything turned out fine.
Yeah. It turned out fine.
Sorry, Smiley, what else were you saying?
No, I don't have anything coming up. I always blew my load today.
He did. Yeah.
All over my back.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Over in the corner.
You're welcome.
No, we do have some things coming up, but hold on. I'm just dropping all kinds of shit.
Things are falling.
So this Thursday, Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
At the El Rey.
At El Rey.
At the El Rey, like they used to say in the back of the day, at the Omni in Atlanta. I'm sorry, the NWA presents Duke City Championship Wrestling at the NWA because we are now a affiliate of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Oh.
Owned by Billy Corgan.
Are you serious?
Very serious.
He's completely serious. This is so
Very
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, National Wrestling Alliance is the oldest wrestling organization in the United States, by the way.
We love having the wrestling events at El Rey.
April 11th through the 13th, James Smiley and I will be in El Paso, Texas for El Paso Comic-Con.
Oh, wow.
That is correct.
I am going to keep dropping that, I guess.
I guess.
Stop throwing your phone, man.
I am, it's not my phone. I'm hosting all of the panels in at the Comic-Con. And Smiley hasn't figured it out yet, but he's gonna be assisting me in that.
I know. I was pretty sure about that one. When he said he was doing all the panels, I'm like,
all the panels?
So I'm gonna be your assistant.
Yes.
I will be running for you.
Yeah.
I
As
might
far as I
even
know.
have to do a freaking panel.
There's probably one or you might.
That's
so cool. There's probably one or two that they'll do their own.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, because like Patrick Warburton will be there all weekend.
Oh wow.
My buddy Patrick Warburton. We're gonna go. I'm telling you, we're gonna go out and do karaoke together again.
Patrick Warburton is cool.
Dude, he is very cool.
I gotta find my Venture Brothers stuff.
Dude, oh yeah. Oh dude, do you have Venture Brothers stuff?
I freaking love that
Yeah,
show.
oh yeah.
And he's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Brock Simpson, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like people are always asking
Why are
me
you
about-
naked? To play on their fear.
in their fear, yeah. Play on their fear. He and people always ask me like, "What's he like?" And I was like, "He's absolutely how you want him to be."
I bet.
He's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, he's almost like the live. He is like Brock Sampson kind of. He's like
Oh,
6'4".
nice.
He's a big dude. Sean Gunn is going to be there.
Oh, cool.
Vincent D'Onofrio. If you've seen a little show on Disney Plus called Daredevil, he's the fucking kingpin.
Oh wow.
He will be there. There's a couple
cool.
others that are I'm just like,
You didn't tell me about that one.
yeah. He's gonna be there.
He's as an actor, he is my favorite.
I'm gonna get
He's one of my
Smiley. I'm gonna
favorite.
get Smiley in the green room, and I just want him not to freak people out.
He's like, I'm so excited. Look at my t-shirt.
And then we've submitted, and I guarantee we're gonna get approved. But a 10 drink minimum will be live at Comic Palooza
Oh.
in June at June 20th through the 22nd in Houston, Texas. It was really funny because the guy who runs it, he's like, are you coming this year? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, well, you probably should submit. And I was like, oh, no worries. I was like, I'll get it in. He's like, is it too late? Because we're going either way, right? We were going either way. So we submitted, and like in the submission at the very last thing, it's all what things will you need to be able to get your podcast done? And it was like, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I didn't fill it in. So I submit it, but I sent him a thing. I said, hey, I saw that there's a thing that we need to fill out on what we're going to need in order to podcast. I said, well, I have a laundry list of things. I said, I'm going to need access to Meow Wolf Houston. I'm going to need a table reserved at Poison Girl. I'm going to need Ming Chen to publicly announce that I'm a better podcaster than he is. I'm going to need you to bring back the original formula of Four Loko and High C Ecto Cooler, or we will not perform.
No, those are just the requirements.
This is your this is on your
writer.
Your writer, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need those done.
Yeah, I've seen
And
the
he goes,
band writer.
and he goes, well, I may be able to pull off the Meow Wolf thing. And I was like, actually, no need. I have friends that are actually actors in the Meow Wolf thing, so we're into that. So just the rest of it.
I love it.
He laughed. He thought it was funny. But anyway, we'll be down there for that. That's all I can probably say for now. We have a thing coming up that's kind of cool that it's forming. But
Very cool.
yeah. So come out and say hello. Oh, you know what? One more. Almost forgot about this. Forgot about this. We are now the media sponsor for, let me look this up. I gotta pull the glasses off here and clear all the pornography off my phone. Just kidding.
Wow, that is a lot.
No. We are the one of the media sponsors for Pridezilla.
Oh wow,
2025.
Nice.
And that is going to take place, and I'm going to start promoting this coming up. This is just kind of something that got booked like in the last couple of days, but I wanted to bring it up. It's May 24th at Tractor Brewing. Maybe that's
cool.
Yeah. Let me make sure that I've got this right. It's going to be at Tractor Wells Park. They did it last year, and so far they have Shoulder Voices, a band named Sue, Blame It on Rebecca,
cool.
The Rats in the Rose Bush. And some of them are going to be on this show to talk about it. The Asteroids, Sex Lives of Electronics, and don't know what I'm doing yet, but I will be on it as well. So, yeah, that's happening. So, keep an eye out for that. So,
cool.
Just wanted to announce that. But, yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with
it's a
DJ
PB
Ren.
break.
It's a PB
It's a PB break.
Yeah, with DJ Ren. And Smiley has to smoke, too.
Oh,
yes.
Smoke and pee-pee.
Yeah.
Not at the same time, hopefully.
No.
I mean, I can do it outside, but
Yeah.
I mean,
guess
you can pee
could
outside.
too.
I mean, I'm jealous of that. Being able to pee outside.
You could pee outside.
I mean, it's hard.
I was saying, it's just a little more difficult. That's all.
Yeah. But we'll be back with Murder Story
Nice.
and other crazy story. But with that, we are
10 drink minimum.
Are you live, Smiley?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. Before I get into anything, welcome to the Billy/Wavy Hour, sponsored by the Topo Chico Herd. I want to remind people that they need to subscribe. They don't need to, if you want to, subscribe to us on YouTube. Facebook has alerted us that they will no longer keep our videos after 30 days, and that's where we get most of our views. Like, it's weird. Like, most of our views get, on Facebook.
We have a very dynamic live show, and people like to watch it as it's live. But when they take it down after 30 days, that's
And I wouldn't,
annoying.
Let's bulk up the YouTube so that maybe Smiley and I can get some ad money.
Yeah, YouTube is great.
And Smiley doesn't have to work at the dangerous liquor store anymore.
I'm there as a favor, and that favor is still in effect.
Whatever, Smiley. If he made lots of money, he wouldn't work there.
No.
I made a lot of money before I worked there. I take a huge pay cut to work there.
I'm trying to get these people to like and subscribe, and you could just say, it's dangerous, they're going to kill me.
Right. And I like the YouTube.
And then stay there, who cares? Yeah, you're just supposed to, there's Ren.
Oh.
You guys see Ren?
No, look at me. I look great.
I'm doing really good with the camera work here.
Oh, I love how
camera is that?
when someone moves out of frame, it doesn't know what to do, and it's all a lamp.
Yours is
That's the thing I need to.
Oh, it's
look
turning
at.
towards me right now. How cool.
So it's got tracking software. So when you moved out, it's like, what the fuck?
It's like it followed me. It was
So
like, where's she going?
It went to where there's a face. Yeah,
If I move,
the cow.
Oh, the cow.
it goes up to the cow.
It goes to Carlos the cow.
It's-
Oh, I see. There's some faces back there.
Yeah. So I tease some crazy stuff.
You teased the crazy story,
Now
but
you
I'm
tell
not
me-
sure if I heard it.
You tell me, guys, if this is normal for 1 week. So Wednesday. Let's start at the beginning. Wednesday. So I get off work as I drop mouse again.
It's gonna keep dropping it.
So I get off work on Wednesday, right? And I go outside my work and I get my phone, I turn it on, And every once in a while, there's a voicemail, and I always go, oh, voicemail. It's the tax relief people, because I owe back taxes, and there's some tax relief, constantly fucking scam. Well, this Wednesday, it was not the tax relief people.
Interesting.
It was a detective from the Albuquerque Police Department. I think I told you this.
You did tell me that.
I did tell you.
I have not heard that.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Smiley's reaction.
So I'm like, okay. And they're like, there's the guy's like, this is the detective such and such from the Albuquerque Police Department. Nothing to be alarmed about. There's nothing I need to talk to you about that you've done. But I would like to talk to you about the cameras around your property. I've already spoken with your mother. And I'm like, great. And so I'm like, all right. So he's like, if you can give me a call back at such and such number, that'd be great. So I drive home the 20 minutes from work and get home. And I'm like, well, I should probably, I'll call him now. So I call the guy. And he's like, hey, thank you for calling me back. He's like, I'm like 2 minutes away from your house. Can I come over and talk to you? And I'm like, sure. So I kind of, wait. And this guy comes up and police detective. I mean, he might have been like 26 years old. And I'm like, Jesus. Like, either this guy's really good at his job or we're really lacking in cops, which I think that's the case. Because every cop I run into now is like 21, 22 years old. So the 26-year-old's like the veteran.
I'm
he's
totally
like,
fine with that.
He's the grizzled veteran.
I didn't like the old cops. I like the idea of new cops.
The guy was really nice. I'm not going to, I don't like the police. I mean, it's well documented. My dislike for them. Not the band. I like them a lot.
Yeah,
but
me too.
not Synchronicity. But not so much the real people. So anyway, he's like, so these cameras you have around your house, are they activated by movement? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, I thought so. Most of the time they are. And he goes, well, unfortunate news. Someone was murdered one street over from you on 7th Street, which is, if you're watching me right here on this camera, is about 30 yards to my right. That someone was murdered.
Oh, so they're looking for your camera footage and so you tell someone.
Yeah.
They do that at my work all the time.
So, well, that's where you work at, Smiley. This isn't where you live, right?
Right.
Yeah, that is very true.
So, I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, someone was murdered. Not someone died. Someone was murdered. Mm-hmm. And he's like, can we look at your footage to see if anybody maybe was walking back behind your house? And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm like more than happy to help out with something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So I pull open the app and start watching videos. He's like, probably around 10:30 last night. So I roll back and start looking. I'm like, cat, raccoon. A lot of cat and raccoon activity around my house. A lot. Like way more than you think. So nothing, right? And until the next morning when there's a shitload of cops, right? And then all of a sudden, like, there's a dude walking through the frame. And he goes, oh yeah. That's the asshole that, like, walked through our police line. It's like, and he gets all mad. He goes, I was like, hey, do you read the line? And the guy goes, yeah, police line don't cross. He goes, exactly. And I'm like, let's go back to the murder part. And he's like, well, unfortunately, that's not helpful. And he, like, leaves, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm inside talking to my mom, who's like, what did he say? And I was like telling her, and she goes, well, yeah, apparently someone just drove up, murdered the guy, and they found him sitting on the sidewalk. And I'm like, I'm really glad he told my mom all this. Thank you, by the way, for, like, amping up her, like, fear of living here. And anyway,
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I get curious. And, like, when Smiley, like where where the senior center is, like right here, right?
Oh yeah.
So I ride my electric skateboard around and I go to check it out. And I'm looking. All of a sudden, in front of this house, like, where this you said that you saw the fence back here, and you're like, that's an old fence.
Yeah.
So next to that is a house.
Okay.
And in front of it, there's like 3 candles out on the sidewalk lit. Which, if you're not from Albuquerque, that means someone was passed away right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's where it was. No blood at all.
Really?
And I'm like, how they know he was murdered? Like,
Yeah.
so now I'm like, was he strangled?
Was he strangled? Was it
Yeah.
a broken neck? Like
Yeah,
what?
like was Jack Reacher out there like like fucking people up? Like what happened?
Yeah, that's weird.
Seems like it was deposited there from
It might have been.
everything you said.
They didn't seem like to think that. They were like, they think that like someone came up and that's what they told my mom.
Jack Reacher him. Yeah.
Jack Reacher. Not the only crazy thing that happened to me this week.
All right.
So, part 2 of this.
Right.
That's pretty intense for a week, right?
It is already.
Right?
Yeah.
Already. Like most of you out there listening, if that's not intense to you, then maybe you live in Detroit or St. Louis or
Right.
something, or Gary, Indiana.
People have been carrying around overdoses of fentanyl lately.
They have been.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It could have been that too. I don't know. They seem to think he was murdered. They didn't say like a guy died. They went, a person was murdered. That literally what they said right away. So I went, okay. So you guys know, like they've determined it's a murder.
If you see someone coming up to you with a hypodermic needle, just hurt them.
It's shit night.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of those.
Oh, well,
yells now.
holy
Like people,
jeez, really? Okay.
no,
Wow.
people aren't using guns anymore. They're just using fentanyl.
Interesting.
my
Well, that would do it.
That's terrifying.
Interesting. So then round 2, and it has something to do with a needle. So I'm
Oh, boy.
I'm in my 50s. I don't know why I needed to zoom in on that part.
It
but
did. It was like 50.
It's like boom, boom, boom. So I'm in my 50s, and I have a couple friends that they're like, oh my god, I got shingles, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. And so they start talking about it. And I'm not the most savvy on everything when it comes to like health and stuff. I mean,
we're talking about this too.
Yeah. Why does it keep doing that?
I don't know.
Turn that off.
Is shingles? Remind me. It's like a.
It's like-
it's a byproduct from if you ever got chickenpox.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like leveled up chickenpox.
It's the virus that causes chickenpox. It lays dormant in your body, and when you get older, your body can't fight off things as much as it when you were younger. So then it comes back out, and it's like getting chickenpox when you're older. It like hurts, right? Like, and it's very painful, they say, but there's vaccinations for it.
Yep.
So I go on the Walgreens thing, and I'm like, well, maybe I could go to Walgreens on my day off and get vaccinated for it. I'm like, yeah, let's get vaccinated.
That sounds like a good
So
idea.
then I go on the Walgreens thing, and it's like, which vaccinations would you like? Would you like shingles? Would you like diptet? Would you like pneumonia? Would you like flu? And there was like a 5th one, and I was like, well, I haven't had my tetanus in a while, so I'll do the tetanus and the thing, and it's like you could do all 5, and I'm like, who's getting 5 fucking shots in it?
Nobody should do that.
So I was like, let's do the tetanus one, because I don't even remember when I got a fucking tetanus one, and I don't want to scrape my finger and then get lockjaw
Right.
because I talk.
Not exactly how it works, but all right.
And now that's not. I mean, again, I don't know.
I think you should have it updated.
Yeah.
Tetanus only works in an enclosed space, so you'd have to have a puncture wound.
Funny you say that. So I'm gonna keep going. So I go to Walgreens and wait in line, and hanging out at Walgreens. If you know what that is, I don't even need to get into what some of those people are like. Waiting.
Oh yeah.
It's in Old Town. The lady calls,
that one.
Yeah, lady calls me in, and she's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna give you one in each arm." And I was like, "Really? You can't just do them both in one arm and fuck that arm up? Because I know the arm's gonna be fucked up, right?"
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Nah, I will do it in each arm."
Now we're gonna make sure you can't use either one.
She's like, "The diptet's not bad." She's like, "The shingle shot hurts."
Oh,
and I was like later, and she goes, "No," and I was like, "Oh,"
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
and it does. It feels like diptet's nothing. It's fine. The fucking shingles one, I felt it going in, coming out. I was like, "Fuck,
shit.
that hurts." And then my arm was fucking basically numb for like 2 days.
Oh.
So anyway, so I get done. So I'm like in Old Town. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go over to Central Grill and get something to eat, while I wait for this soreness to fucking settle in. So I drive over there and I get good parking right away, and I'm like, yeah, good parking. Did I tell you this story? Or no, this is after I was hanging out with you.
After, yeah.
So then I pull into the parking lot, I get out of the car, and someone is screaming,
Of course.
bloody murder. Which we live here.
It's Old Town, yeah.
It's Old Town. It happens.
They scream
It
randomly.
happens.
This isn't really turquoise.
Downtown, Old Town, they scream.
Just whatever. Like, there's always someone screaming, right?
Always, yeah.
So it's so much so for people who are listening to this and wondering why.
Yeah.
It's so much so that you just kind of tune it out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I get out of the car and I was like, all right, who's screaming? And I look over and it's a woman in a wheelchair behind a car. And she's like, somebody help me, screaming bloody murder. And I'm like, oh, I don't think this is somebody that's,
right.
normal central thing, So I run over, and this poor woman in a wheelchair. Remember Friday, like how bad it was, like weather was?
It was weird. Yeah, it was terrible.
That's a police substation next to the Central Grill, right? She had gotten out of her car, rolled over to the back, and I think was getting something out of the trunk. And the fucking wind blew the trunk shut on her thumb.
Oh my God.
So her thumb is like caught between the trunk and the car. She's trapped. And poor lady, like she's like in intense amount of pain, I could tell. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, my thumb, the wind, like, I'm saying it very calmly. She was not. The wind is blown, like my thumb is trapped.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so I'm thinking like I gotta lift the trunk a little so she can get it out. And she's like, no, pop the trunk. She's like, the driver's side is open. Like, she's screaming it at me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I run over and I climb in the driver's side. And I go in and I'm like it's this like 4-door, like 90s, like Ford car. And I'm like looking and I'm looking under the dash.
It's on the left side next to your, am I wrong?
No, keep going.
You're probably right.
It's on the left side next to your car seat.
Nope. I thought you were going to get it, but like, so I'm like, I don't know where it is. And she's like, it's next, it's on the left side next to the steering wheel.
Oh, it's under the steering wheel.
And it's just literally a button, like this plastic button that sticks out that had no like identification on it at all. So I jam on the button and I hear clunk, and I see the trunk pop up and she like pulls out. She's like, oh my God. Cause like right away it's like relief. Mm-hmm. And then like 30 seconds later, insane amounts of pain. So I get out of the car and I run over and her thumb, and I'm showing it on the camera. It's not the tip of her thumb here. I'm glad it zoomed in that time. It's like right in here. And it's completely gashed open. Oh. And blood starts spurting out.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, it's got to be broken. Right? So I'm like, do you need me to call an ambulance? And she's like, no, I work inside. Go get some help. So I run inside, and it's a police substation. So there's one lady behind bulletproof glass. We live in Albuquerque. And I run up. She's like, yes. I was like, okay. I was like, there's a woman in a wheelchair who works here. She's out in the parking lot. Her thumb got slammed in the trunk. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, this sounds like a made-up story. And I said, she's bleeding profusely and in a lot of pain. And the lady's like, and it takes her a little while to register. She's like, oh, and I was like, can you come out and look at this? And she's like, okay. And in like later thought, I was like, she probably should not have done that.
Right.
But she came running outside and she knew the lady and she's like, what did you do? And the lady's like, my thumb. And she lifts up her hand and it's like covered in blood. And the lady from inside's like, can you help me wheel her in? And I'm like, of course, And
I'm already fully invested.
Yeah, this is and so I grab the wheelchair and I go to wheel her in and she's like, can you get my stuff to the lady? And the lady goes to her car and gets her stuff. So I wheel her in and they let me in the back and I like push her to where like she needs to go. And I was like, do you guys need anything else? And the lady's like, no, bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. And I'm like, no, in my mind, I'm like, poor lady.
Yeah.
And so I leave and I go next door and I order food and I'm just like fucking amped because like everything that just happened, right? And I can't imagine, at the minimum, she needed stitches. I guarantee it's broke. I can't imagine that'd be broken. But like then I started thinking about it. I was like, no matter what happens, she's in a wheelchair. How's she gonna use the wheels? Like her fucking hand is all fucked up. And so then like a fire truck, not an ambulance, a fire truck shows up and they get out with like the bag or whatever and like go in and then they left like 45 minutes later, but I don't know what happened. But
wow,
that was Friday.
That was Friday. Plus your arms are steadily growing number.
Oh yeah, Saturday I woke up and I fucking was in an intense amount of pain in my left arm from that shot. But what in the fuck, right?
That's crazy.
Is that not crazy?
If the bone didn't get broken, it's just it seems like a severe impact laceration.
Oh, it was bad. It was like I couldn't see the bone because of blood.
And it'd probably be at best a fracture.
Yeah.
Because of the way, what year car was it?
Dude, it was like a 90s four-door Ford.
Oh.
Like a, what do you call it? The Caprice or whatever? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They may not have had the safety things there.
Yeah.
Like you can't like sever a finger on those anymore.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, and then like cars now, like a lot of the, especially like shittier ones, the metal is just really light. Doug's like, what did you have for lunch?
What did you have for lunch? That's what
I had the Americana breakfast with a side of bacon. Ham and bacon.
Ham and bacon
that sounds
and a side of blood.
And then I had to like calm down with some coffee.
Oh, yeah.
I was pretty amped, though.
That would definitely...
It was intense, man. I was like, fuck. Like,
yeah.
And like, I don't even want to know if I tell this, but like, it was, so I used to live right there in Midtown.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was a location where I happened upon a Comcast guy that had fallen off a ladder and smashed his head on yeah. I'm telling you, like things happen. Like I don't know, like if there's like some magnetism, like. Well,
that's literally like that's like
the downtown scene.
The downtown is like that, and then like Old Town has all the ghosts.
It does, right? Mm-hmm. You do like
yeah.
Party on Garth.
That's right. Party on Garth.
We're talking about people getting murdered, dude. What the fuck?
Party on Wayne.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. This seems like normal shit.
Does this happen to you? Like, well, you work at the Bird of Paradise, so. Do you know the Bird of Paradise?
Where's that at?
It's Gibson and like.
Oh, I never.
It's on Gibson and Valencia. We're right across from the VA hospital. There's a walking bridge that people frequently commit suicide off of.
Okay.
Jesus, Smiley. Do you see this?
When I worked as a private investigator, there was a guy who got hit by a bus over there.
You worked at a private investigator?
I did.
How did that work?
Ooh.
It was fun.
Really?
Yeah, not really. No. No, but when I did, there was a guy who got hit by a bus right there at that. Yeah. So, no, I did.
Did he get hit by the bus because he flung himself off of the top into the bus? Because I've seen that.
No, it was
not a mighty Smiley.
Yeah, the bus went around another vehicle and
that
killed
bus
him.
Saved him.
Needless to say, this has been an intense week for me.
Oh yeah,
that was intense. Someone was murdered outside my house, and then.
Mm-hmm. And then here you are with shingles vaccination, and
thank God I went and got the shingles vaccination.
Yeah,
because there was no one else around to help that lady.
No, I guess Bobby thinks this is a party. It might be.
Wow. Okay. Huh.
He's like party on Garth, party on Wayne.
So I don't know like what the aftermath was because I wasn't going to stick around and like
who knows.
I can't believe you went into a police substation.
I know.
I would have been like, I'm not allowed in here, I don't think.
The lady needed help. I mean, no, I mean...
And the thing is one of those things where you're like, does somebody's need for assistance outweigh the potential negative of entering a police station?
Right. Yeah. No, dude, like, the lady was in... I mean, if I don't know if I'd have got there, she might lose her thumb.
She might have, yeah. Yeah, so people probably just thought she was crazy.
If no one else was doing anything.
Yeah, because, like, that's what... Immediately, the first time, as soon as I heard her screaming...
Yeah.
I immediately went, oh, it's a crazy person.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't, and then when I looked over, I was like, oh my God, like,
yeah,
that doesn't look like that kind of situation.
Right.
And the second you went over there, everyone else ignored it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's what's fucked up. But like,
right.
Someone's on that.
Dramatic.
Dramatic zoom.
This is like a haunting.
But no, it's these cameras. I love them, but I also like, they drive me crazy because I shut it off and it turns back on. I think if you do your hand like this, it turns it off and on.
Yeah, he needs to learn the little hand motions.
It's my hand motion. I need to keep my hands to myself.
You do this.
But you did a good thing in helping her. Well, I mean, that's what my friend said. That's what my friend said, Steph. But like, here's how I feel. I did it because that if my fucking finger was slammed in my fucking trunk and quickly there was a chance I might lose a finger, I would hope someone would run over and impede themselves into the situation and do what's right rather than turn their head away. And like, but also that's a weird thing too. People always go, well, you know what I would have done. Right. And it's like, you never know how you would have done anything until you are in those situations. Right.
People can say that all they want, and it's, you know.
So, yeah, I mean, it comes down to like what you would think that you would do, but then what are you actually trained to do?
Because sometimes your reaction is different than what you
like. Smiley was an EMT for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I would have run straight at it, and while someone's screaming, I'm going to go right at that thing because that's how I'm trained.
Right away, you would have went. Someone's screaming. There's a crazy person from Central because that's what we do. Because we're trained that way.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
But then
not trained that way.
No, but once
I'm trained in a different way. Like, if I hear screaming, I go towards it.
You work with the Bird of Paradise. You can't tell me there's not people out there screaming all the time.
And I run right towards it because there's something wrong.
Okay.
All right. Well, sometimes they're not.
Oh, yeah. And then I eject them.
Sometimes what's wrong is they need
liquor or mental health.
Yeah. Or something.
I mean, sometimes they're naked and on bath salts and trying to bite me.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens, yeah.
Yes.
It does. It does. What? Let's see. How are we doing on time? We got like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we can do 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Ren's got a job as she drinks.
I have lots of jobs. Yeah.
So many jobs.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So, like, you're kind of you're a performer.
Yeah.
So, the life of a performer, sometimes it takes having multiple jobs.
It does. And I've always had, the last 20 years, I've had like a smattering of gig jobs. So right now, I do marketing for all of Joe's venues like El Rey, Sunshine, Inside Out, Moonlight, all of those, Launchpad. And then I also I DJ, and I make a good chunk of my income off that. And then I also host Geeks Who Drink, pub trivia. And then now I've picked up, I'm doing ghost tours in Old Town, which is fun.
Is it? Okay.
It is fun, yeah. So.
Is this the trolley or is this?
No, it's we do a walking tour of Old Town. It's basically you just make a circle.
You're like guy was killed over there. A guy was killed over there. Lady got her thumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Trapped over there.
Lady got her thumb trapped over here. This used to be a gallows. Yeah.
A lot of people dead over there.
Yeah, so it's an extra. Basically, you have
6 people murdered on a ghost tour right over there.
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't mine.
There was a ghost tour, not one of mine, where like there was a tree that was struck by lightning in front of everyone, and it scared the shit out of the whole group. But
you're all, that's what you paid for.
Yeah, you paid for this.
Tips are welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I've got to give a ghost tour tonight.
Okay. Is there a lot of people on it? Well, what are the
last time I looked? It was like 14 or something.
Well, geez, because you were like, no one signed up for it.
I know, but that happens though, because people will do it on a whim. They'll be like, "Hey, we're in town. Let's just do this," and we get a lot of the tours are always filled with cool people.
Is that a tippable thing? So people tip you for that?
Yeah, they're never required, but people do tip. Yeah. So.
Do you think badly?
Especially if lightning strikes.
No. If lightning strikes, they literally took off. They were like, "Bye," you know.
Oh
yeah.
But
ooh, those are terrible customers.
I know. I was like, "A lightning strike. That's what we wanted." Yeah.
What's the most haunted? I've actually asked this question on this podcast before.
Really?
With Old
Town?
No, it was a ghost. We had ghost chaser people on.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "What's the most haunted place you've ever been in?" And it was a place in Old Town. So I'm going to ask you. What is the most haunted place?
Supposedly the most haunted place in Old Town Well, it's complicated, but I think High Noon Saloon.
That was the place.
Yeah, the High Noon Saloon has the most reports of the most different.
That
kinds
was the
of
place
weird
that they said.
Shit, yeah, really?
In New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they that they had been in.
Yeah, it is literally the most haunted that
Is
we
it the
know
place
of.
on the east side of the plaza?
No, north side. You
And
never
it's
been
a
to-
great bar and restaurant.
Oh, it's a great bar and restaurant. You
Yeah.
ever been there, Smiley?
And there's like a ghost in there that
The north
pinches
side?
dudes' butts.
I thought the north side was the church.
No, the
It's
north
past.
church is middle.
No. You're thinking of the quad. So north, the Old Town is a big area.
I am thinking
Yeah.
of quad.
Towards Seasons.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Right.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's like south of Seasons, but north of like the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing that blows my mind is like,
Yeah.
so like which people have to understand, Old Town Albuquerque is the oldest part of Albuquerque.
Yeah, 1706 and
Yeah.
1793,
And so
yeah.
a lot of those buildings, I don't know how old they are, but a lot of them are very old.
Yes.
So when I'm 6'1", 6'2", right around in there, you know, I'm getting old, so I'm getting shorter. But I'll go into like I didn't have my hands up that time. I'll go into the High Noon Saloon, and I have to duck
Yeah, I bet.
to go in the doors. So
Yeah, that place is a hotbed. And then what's really cool is you can see some of the bricks in the gravel parking lot that are from the 1700s.
Oh, yeah,
that are
yeah,
from the
yeah.
original. Yeah, but that is the one that's supposedly the most haunted in Old
interesting.
Town.
I really enjoy, and I know that people hate this place. I really enjoy the Church Street Cafe.
Yeah, it's
People
cool.
are like, it's like the food, and I'm like, I think the food's fine.
It is fun.
It's
a cool little
it's
place.
It's a good balance of food and atmosphere.
Smiley has a funny face.
I have no. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
It's okay.
What's the church place?
Church Street Cafe is
It's a restaurant
in Old Town.
that you can drink.
There's
for
a
brunch.
bunch of cool places in Old Town. Cool
Yeah.
restaurants, cool, bars, cool gift shops, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I did see a car exploded there.
Did you?
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you just walked away as
No,
it exploded
I mean-
behind you.
Behind you, slow motion.
I wish. No, that took all day.
to make the car explode?
Yeah.
Oh. What'd you use?
It wasn't me. I was on a TV show.
Okay. So not really.
Not really.
You guys,
no.
you guys faked Albuquerque.
No, it was in that Old Town quad, and
They
yeah?
blew up a car in Old Town in Albuquerque.
yeah, they did.
That's not a smart idea,
I didn't think so either,
but whatever.
but they did, and it took all day
Wow.
because of all the regulations and getting people out of the way, all the business owners, they had to clear out the whole place.
Yeah.
So it took
Wow.
all day, and I had to be on set for 16 hours just so they could blow up a car.
I feel like, and I mean, you guys can disagree with me, the best time of the year for Old Town is Christmas time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
nice.
beautiful.
They do
Yeah.
they do the tree lighting, and I mean the tree itself is an absolute abomination, but
It is, yeah.
yeah, because they go and chop down a bunch of trees and then put them as
It's
the
like a
branches.
Frankenstein party.
and put them as the branches. So there's like 50 to 100 trees that make up one big
Right.
tree, and I'm like, that's fucked up. Like you killed all these.
Yeah,
you know.
it's literally a
But
Frankenstein.
that's Keller, whatever. But won't get into that on this one.
not this one.
Not this one.
Next time.
When Mailing Armijo's on the podcast, we'll talk about that. But I do like going because they do the shop and stroll,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
and then Christmas Eve they do another one. And
Yeah.
that's nice.
It's nice, and
I
it's
like
it gets colder in January and February, so it's still kind of not that bad
No,
in December.
yeah,
But yeah, January is pretty cold down there.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's right down the street from us.
I
Right?
know,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Oh, by the way, my reel is at like almost 7,000.
That the spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
That's so fun.
So I've been really
It's so simple and awesome.
yeah. So Smiley and I went to Chicago last October.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we went to Dorian's, which is a speakeasy. You walk through a record store. So
that place.
a couple different places we went, they had this drink, which was Miller High Life with Aperol.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it, Smiley?
Aperol.
Aperol. I say it wrong every time. Aperol. Right? And Smiley was not into it.
I hate Aperol. It's disgusting.
I thought it was fantastic. And at one of the bars, I can't remember the name of it. It was all red. Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the lighting was red. They called it spaghetti. Mm-hmm. And I looked it up. That's what it's called. So like when we go to Arrived, we go to the Dotner. They have a drink or a thing you can order called High on Life. And it's a Miller High Life with a shot of Aperol.
Yeah, it was freaking everywhere.
Everywhere in Chicago. So like it's
very interesting.
Why would I fucking have a shot of it? And I'll pour half into the bottle.
Yeah.
And like almost all the people at the Dotner are like, what? Oh. But then one lady was like, oh, see, you know how to do it. And I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I keep telling them they have to pour it in. So now, and so I filmed it and I put it on on Instagram, and it's got like 7,000 views.
It's crazy.
And then it's got like,
I mean, it is a cool video.
It's got like 3,000 on TikTok.
Bunch of people are going to try that now.
Spaghetti. And you're supposed to. So then Brandon at Founders, I talked him into making it for me.
I'm going to have to start stocking Aperol now.
It's tasty.
So he does it with a twist of lime, because you're supposed to actually do it with a twist of lime, and it's fantastic. And then we did one with a twist of orange. So
that's cool.
And I was like, you should put this on the menu, and he tasted it and he was like, eh. And then a little while later he's like, I should put that on the menu. I was like, yeah,
it's a good one.
And he's like, you could call. I was like, call it something different. He's like, I can call it spaghetti. Mm-hmm.
Paschetti, that'd be cute.
It's
Paschette.
Yeah, Paschette.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, you're loving on the dog. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we quit, she's gonna bark at you.
It's okay.
She's waiting to bark at you. She knows what the timeline is.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to bully the guest. Yeah. Okay.
So we probably should get out so you can go.
Yeah, go to my ghost tour.
She can go to work like a doctor.
Like a doctor.
Yeah.
Good timing.
And that's fine. If you guys are in the downtown area tonight, or you're looking for something to go do,
you should sign up for a ghost tour.
There's a ghost tour, but Red Light Camera's also playing.
That's right.
That's
going to be a good show.
It's who's the other? There's somebody like.
Is it Cosmic Kitten?
Cosmic Kitten.
Yes, it's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to pop over now. I might do it.
You know, I could see you as the Doctor.
Me?
You could be Doctor Who.
I could be Doctor Who. I could.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never watched this show, so.
I've only ever seen the 70s ones. Like with number 5.
Is there any other? I'm kidding.
I don't know.
And number 5's a good choice.
He is a good choice.
Is the dog leaning into you?
Yeah.
She's hugging you. Oh, she likes you.
And then she'll bark at me when we're done, and it's okay.
We'll see.
It's what she does.
So we're gonna end this episode early.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's
like
fine.
10 minutes early.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Oh.
You know how often we go over an hour?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
After.
See, that means we like you, so we're cutting it early.
Oh, nice.
I'm just kidding.
That's what he always says.
That's a dick. No, we do go over sometimes, but we probably would have gone over with you.
We would have,
if you didn't have to go to work like a doctor.
I know, it's so stupid.
Yeah, the doctor. I might. So that show's at 7.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yes, it should be good. Yeah,
I might.
It's also got, I think, Rolling Bitch Face.
Yeah,
and somebody else.
I might just roll down for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to eat, so.
You should eat.
And Sunday nights downtown are dope.
Yeah.
Dope. I gotta work tomorrow, but hey, cool.
It's okay.
Thank you, DJ Ren, for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Long time coming.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it again.
Oh, I don't think so.
Never again.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Of course.
It was funny because last night I was leaving Launchpad after St. Patrick's.
Yeah.
And some lady's like, hey, Chris, how are you? And I was like, good. And I don't know if I know her or not. A lot of times people hit me up or say hi to me, and I'm not necessarily sure if I know them or not, or I've met them, but then she goes, are you leaving to go podcast? And I was like,
no.
11
o'clock at night. Yeah.
I was like, tomorrow. And she goes, oh, you only do it on Sundays? I'm like, yeah, it's like 2 hours, man. Like, fuck, man. Like,
who has 2 hours on a Friday night?
Saturday night. Yeah, I'm going to go home and podcast for the next fucking 2 hours.
No.
And I think it's cool that she asked, but thank you for saying that. But yeah, I was like, no, absolutely not. But
right.
I was like, I'm going to go home and lay down and go to sleep, maybe. But yeah, because, yesterday was a long day. And so, yeah.
It was weird, yeah.
I've had a long week, guys.
I bet. Yeah, you have. Really.
So,
yeah.
I didn't have to clean up any blood, so that's good. But
I did.
Yeah. What's that?
I said I did.
You did? Okay.
It was a long week.
Was it like someone died and someone got their thumb stuck in their trunk?
No, just the same old rigmarole. I think someone got stabbed.
Same old rigmarole.
Yeah.
Someone was stabbed 5 times and died. It's fine.
They didn't die.
It happens. Oh.
It was whatever.
They got prison stab. They're all right. They just learned a lesson. All right. Well, thank you, Smiley, for
That's about right, actually.
for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you,
Yes.
Ren, for being
Thank you.
here.
Thanks so much.
We'll see you guys. Next Sunday we'll be here.
Cool.
For another edition of 10 Drink Minimum.
Nice.